What's up, nerds? Welcome back to another Salfruit VR video, and today I'm going to be teaching you some tips and tricks on branching. I'm decent at branching, but I'm not the best, so I'm going to be giving you some tips on how I learned how to branch whenever I did. Tip number 1, make a route. Making routes is something that a lot of people struggle with doing, but I'm going to give you a tip on the best way to make a route. Pick a destination, like for example, for this example route, we're going to do Stump. And then try to figure out a way that you could branch over to Stump. Another thing that I do is I recommend, if you can learn how to branch, if you need to while you're learning how to branch, use walls to help you, because walls and branches pair really well together. So if you can learn both, you'll be pretty good. So the route that I use to get to Stump is this. Boom. You could do it if you're starting from the ground. You could do this. And then end up on Stump. Another route, for another example, let's say, for this example, we're going to say we have to get the treehouse from the ground. Look at all the nearby trees, look at some connecting branches, and try to figure out ways that you can connect to that branch. So I'm noticing that if you do this, you scale up this tree, come right here, bounce off onto here, do that one last time, and drop straight in. Now, what you want to do is you want to pick a location. So after you pick your location, like I said, look for connecting branches, and then look what connects to that branch, and repeat until it reaches the ground. After that, follow that route. If you can't get that route to work, what you want to do next is ask for help. Go into public lobbies, ask people, is there a way to from right here to get to there? They'll show you, then go into a private code and practice it yourself. I've had people before in the past ask me, like, how do you go from the ground to Stump using branches? And I was like, okay, well, here's what you do. And I showed them the route that I showed you guys. And then they're like, well, how do I get to treehouse only using branches? And I'm like, well, this is how you do it. And I showed them that. So let's say that you're using, in this next situation, let's say you're using both walls and branches. Let me show you what you should do. Now let's say, for this time, your goal is to use both walls and branches to get to there. What you want to do, if you're starting from, let's say, double walls, starting at double walls, and you need to get to there only using branches and walls. What you want to do, you will start off here, climb up double walls, and if you want to pair them together, because just so they know, do that, you'll climb up here, then you jump, and then jump in treehouse. Besides that, let's say you want to do the same thing, but with Stump. Let me show you a route that I've used before when practicing getting to Stump using both walls and branches. So first, you go to this wall. I messed up. I messed up again. You wall run up here, and then branch up to here, and you are officially on top of Stump. It's that easy. After you learn a few tips and tricks, I can show, if you want me to, I can make another video on how to wall run. Yeah. Alright. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time. Peace.